for students to borrow more money because college costs are in the hundreds of thousands. So there's just an incentive for students to borrow all that money so that they can help pay for college, which allows the colleges to make money.
So why do you think colleges have gotten so expensive?
Well, I don't think they were making as much money as they would like with all the scholarships that are being offered to students. There are several scholarships that students can apply for that allow them to make more money to pay for their college education. So with all those scholarships being allowed to students, I think that the colleges weren't making as much revenue and profit as they would have allowed. With the whole purpose of college being to make money, tens of thousands of students in an enrollment. That was more what I was hinting at.
And just to summarize, like, what would you say is the purpose of college? Why should people go? Should people not?
The purpose of college should be to educate students so that they may go on to have a successful career. That's why I'm going to college, because I want to have a successful career, and I believe for me personally, that's just the path I need to take, is to go to college. Not everyone's the same. You know, some people, college doesn't work out well for them. It's just all about how it can affect you as a person and what would better benefit you in your life.
Blake, if I could just piggyback off that. So you said to Mr. Davis and in your thesis at a couple of junctures that the purpose is to educate students so that they should have a successful career. You've also quoted Aristotle here. So he viewed education as a means to guide individuals towards eudaimonia, which can be translated as human flourishing or the good life. And then you quoted Jim Gash, the president of Pepperdine. Colleges must also build character in their students, instilling values such as integrity, humility, and selflessness. I think you've done a good job of pointing out the goal of building a successful career. Do you have thoughts on like shoring up that other side of things? So what could colleges do to do what Gash is saying, instilling values such as integrity, humility, and selflessness?
Well, I feel like a big part of college is the college experience, as everyone would say. It's not just the education, but it teaches you to be a responsible adult. Because for most, it's your first time leaving the house, first time living on your own. So you do have to learn how to care for yourself. And then there's another step that professors could take in educating you. You know, it's not all about education. It's about teaching students to be a better person and a more productive member of society. That's how I'd answer that question.
No, I really appreciate that. And so just to follow up on that, you've been like exploring college choices yourself now. How has your research informed the questions you've asked or the type of thoughts you've thought as you decided where you're going to go?
Well, it was a struggle for me to find a career path and to figure out what the next step would be. That's kind of why I chose this topic. Was I wanted to explore the different avenues that you could get to have a college education or to pursue life beyond high school. And so in all the research and in my paper, it just it opened my eyes to what colleges can do and what they aren't doing or what they could do. So I feel like that just helped me in choosing my career path and how I would go about in my next step of life.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. And you've done a really good job. Thank you for this. I would just offer the encouragement to you and also to classmates as you think about college, like you've done a good job of outlining those two goals: successful career path, but the building virtue side of things, remembering Aristotle's quote, like just encourage you guys to continue to think on that. It's an important part of what's about to happen. You've done a good job.
Do you think in the end the financial part will be worth the investment? I mean, because you've talked a lot about the finances in your structure and your paper. So do you think now that you're looking ahead at, do you think you've managed that cost versus benefit analysis well in your choice?
Yes, sir. I think I've handled how I'm going to go about with my college career. I'm anticipating trying to borrow the least amount of money that I can, so I won't have to live with that debt. And hopefully with my career path, I'll be able to make money. So if I do have debt, I'll be able to pay it off with no problem. Any more questions?
Okay, I have one. So you mentioned John Dewey in your paper, and this was in 1879 when he was at the University of Vermont. So if John Dewey were to look at our colleges now, just in your opinion, what would he think about them?
He would probably realize the difference of what it was when he went to college and what it is now. I would imagine that, even though it was harder to come across money in the 1800s, the tuition still wasn't what it was today. And college wasn't really, in the 1800s, closer to the 1900s, college wasn't typically a path that students would take. That was more of a privilege. Now it's just a basic path. Like you go to high school and then next step's college. So Dewey would probably say that there is a big difference of what it was when he went to college versus what it is today.
Thank you.
All right, there's no more questions. Thank you for your time.
Whoa.